To put together the topiary tree, some of the things you'll need is a dowel. This one is a 3/16 of an inch dowel. And a styrofoam ball. This one is 6 inches. And you'll need a pot. This is just a plastic pot. You could use a clay pot. And if you want to spray the pot a different color, then you'll need some spray paint to get the pot the color you want. And then to fill the pot, you'll need either rocks or marbles. I'm just going to use beans. And since beans aren't the most attractive filler, I'm going to cover the top of the pot and the beans with, well, probably not this paper, but you could use that. Probably use some of that fake green mossy stuff to put on the top, so that will look nice. And then you'll need some pins, straight pins, to pin the flowers to the styrofoam ball. You'll also need some greenery to fill in the gaps, and then some, I would use wired ribbon to tie it off and finish off the tree and tie that around the dowel or the trunk. And then, of course, you'll need lots and lots of ribbon roses. Now we can get started. The first thing I'm going to do is paint this dowel brown so it looks like the trunk of a tree for my topiary tree. I also need to cut my dowel to the right size. I measured and marked it at about 20 and a half, something like that, between 20 and 21 inches. And so now ooh, that was fun. It's a good idea to spray paint your styrofoam ball a dark color so that the white doesn't show through your roses. So I'm going to spray paint mine a green, and I'll finish doing that. There, now my white styrofoam ball is green. And so are my fingers. Get your dowel and the ball. And I'm going to just center this as best I can and push it down onto the dowel. I want to go about halfway. I'll go about halfway in. Like that. If I put my dowel in this canister of beans, it can move around easily. So, to fix that problem, I am going to use a magical toilet paper roll, put it in my pot, put the beans in there, put the dowel in the beans, and then put the rest of the beans around the toilet paper roll. Now it's more secure. It's not going to tip over. Looks like I need to get some more beans. Or just cover that with the moss. When you're making these ribbon roses, I found it easier to cut. When making the ribbon roses, I found it easier to just tie the ends in a knot in the back instead of taping it. So I've just done a square knot. in the back, and it holds it really secure. And it's easier than trying to get tape to stick back there and then have it come undone. And then you can just trim the ends like so. After you have a bunch of roses made, then you can attach them to the ball. And I'm going to get a straight pin and either 1 or 2 petals in. I'll go toward the center of the rose, put the pin in there, push it all the way through, and now pin it to the ball. I'm going to start, where's the hole for the dowel? Here it is. I'm going to start by keeping this hole free so I can put it back on the dowel, and right to the side of that, put in my rose. And then get another rose, go in a petal or 2, push it all the way through, and push it into the styrofoam ball. And then just keep filling around and around and around until the ball is covered. Now that I have the whole styrofoam ball covered with the ribbon roses, I've been adding some greenery around it. So you just get a bunch of whatever kind of leaves that you want to use. These, I think these are ivy leaves, which is interesting combination with roses, but it will work. And then you just push a pin through the base of the leaf, and then either where there's a bare spot and the styrofoam is showing a lot, you can stick a leaf, or just wherever you want some random greenery in there. Or you don't need to add any of the greenery at all if you don't want to. If you aren't going to add any greenery, I would spray paint the styrofoam ball the same color as the ribbon roses that you're going to make to cover that up. So I'll put another pin in this one. And see where I might need some green in here. And just pin that in if you want that added touch of green. And then kind of make it even around the ball. Now that we have our ribbon ball completed, I'm going to put it on the dowel like that. Then on the top of the pot, I'm going to add some of that floral moss stuff to cover up the beans, or if you've used rocks or whatever, or if you're using decorative rocks, you probably don't want to cover it up. Now all I need to do is add a ribbon to the dowel, and I haven't decided which kind of ribbon I want to use, so I will decide that and put a ribbon around the stick or the dowel. I decided on the wider ribbon. It's about 2.5 inches wide. It looks better on this larger size tree, topiary tree. And I just tied a regular bow. And with it being wire ribbon, then you can shape it the way you'd like. And there's our completed topiary tree.